Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm looking at why why the customer service really sucks in 2022. I've made videos before about why they suck in other previous years, and they still suck for switching the lights on during the credits of films to the point where you sometimes can't quite see the credits as when the film's ending. I never say the film's ended because the film never actually ended until the credits are finished, and if there's any post-credit scenes, if they finish as well. But I had a couple of situations recently. I went to Vue Printworks in Manchester, and one was the Jaws. They re-released it in IMAX this year, so that was 1975 film. So not exactly an even anniversary. It's 47 years, but it was advertised as being in IMAX 3D, and I thought, wow, it's going to be quite something in IMAX 3D, isn't it? It wasn't shot in 3D, but let's go and see what the do is. So I bought that, and I pre-ordered it, and it was like about a tenner or something. But it was you had to pay £1 for the 3D glasses as well. Okay, I've done that previously. You just buy those, and then technically, if you're still as long as you don't lose them, you can then take them back and watch them on another 3D film later on. But on the day, it turned out it wasn't in 3D at all. So I sort of paid for it to be, how they remaster it to be in IMAX, I don't know, because it's obviously shot on film back in the day, but as opposed to digitally. It's a nearly 50-year-old film, so they must give it a damn good remastering to get it on the big screen, and it did look good. But it was advertised as 3D, and it wasn't. And I'll be honest, I had seen just before I set off, I think like the day before, that not everything advertised in 3D was 3D. Really pops. It turned out there's a problem with there's like a separate thing where the IMAX one was 2D. And on a regular screen, it was you could see it in 3D. Why the IMAX wasn't in 3D, I don't know. You'd think that it's the biggest screen. I mean, this is the third biggest IMAX in Europe. The other two ones one's a BFI IMAX, and the other one's in Italy, I think. But anyway, they're only slightly bigger than this one, so they're all pretty much the same. Why you don't go for the big screen in 3D, I don't know. You think that would be the one to put in 3D. Anyway, so it was 2D, but yeah, I thought I could, let's say I found out the day before, I could technically not go into town, not watch it on the big screen, and just sit at home and blah, blah, blah. But quite frankly, I just wanted to get out of the bloody house at the weekend. And there's always a chance. What if I'd not gone? And I found out that it was in 3D after all. So there's only one way to find out, and that was to go. So I went to see it. I mean, it was bloody great to see it on the big screen. Excuse me. I've never seen it on the big screen before. But yeah, not 3D. But anyway, so they obviously didn't dish out any 3D glasses for it. And I thought, well, I'll go see it. Yeah. And then I can always argue the toss later on with customer services via Twitter. And when you do that, you sometimes get some success. Sometimes. I've tried to argue the toss with the end credits thing before, but God, it's you can see the other video about that, just for the trials and tribulations I've had with that. Anyway, so that's the main thing there. And if I go to the ticket itself, well, not the ticket, but the other thing, the other part of the order. There you go, there's a booking reference. And if you type that into the ATM at the time, then you get an IMAX 3D ticket, K22, so that's at the back. Don't bother trying to type that in now because, well, you'd be wasting your time even if you're in the cinema itself. Because, well, not least because it's no longer Sunday the 11th of September at 2 in the afternoon. You're probably watching this in November 2022, so yeah, you'll be shit out of luck, as they say. Anyway, so I won't bother putting the tweets on the screen because it's on a different PC anyway. And I could log in. So I logged in on two different Twitter accounts. I could log into the other one where the messages are on the screen I'm recording. But trouble is, every time you try and log into Twitter on another platform or another PC, for some reason it thinks there's a problem and then locks you out of your account for 12 hours. Absolutely no idea. And they have no customer service even before Elon Musk took over. It's just shit from beginning to end. Anyway, so I tried to, I sort of got in touch with them as a tweet. Said, it was advertised as 3D, but it was only 2D when I got there. And I only found out when I was sat in the seats, and I thought, they've not issued any glasses for us to look through. So that sort of rang a alarm bell. And look. The film started and it was only in 2D. Well, shocked. That was the first time I knew about it. Okay, I knew about it the day before, but I still wanted to go and see it on the big screen either way, and it looked great. So I tried to tell them that I've basically wasted money on train tickets as well as £10.99 for the film, because it was £10. Well, let's call it £11. £10 for the ticket at the time, and then £1 for the glasses. They did actually change the prices soon after, such that tickets now on the big IMAX screen are up to £14.99 plus the 3D glasses. So, and that's a change while this was in like a pre-order thing, and I ordered it. I pre-ordered the tickets, so I booked the tickets about 3 weeks in advance. So I basically saved a £5 by saying, 15 quid for Jaws, a 50-year-old film nearly, on the IMAX screen, 15 quid. I mean, even 10 quid, you could say it's a bit of a stretch, but anyway, it is what it is. So in the Twitter messages, I said to them, following this up, and here's the evidence. I can also send a picture of my train tickets, as that was for £5.10 for those for return tickets from my hometown to Manchester, and I was looking forward to it in IMAX 3D, and what I've sent them is what you've seen here. I said Jaws is highlighted in the first pictures. That's what I searched for in my emails. That's why it's all yellow. It was all yellow. They said, hey there, thanks for getting in touch. I've now refunded the 3D glasses from the order. Please allow 3 to 5 working days for this to return to your account. Great, they've refunded the £1. Which wasn't what I mentioned. I wanted the refund for the whole thing because I got essentially a different film from what I was expecting, because I tried to make it. I made it sound like I wouldn't have gone in a month of Sundays had it been advertised in 2D. So I said, did you read my tweets? You completely misunderstood. I spent over £16 to see Jaws 3D. At no point was it pointed out that the advertised film was not the one shown. That's why. Oh yeah, I asked for 2 free tickets. I said, could I have 2 free tickets to compensate me for my money and inconvenience? Because when you advertise one film but show something different, you should have an explanation. And then I did tweet them as well. So I did include my tweet in the message. I said, well, I get to Vue Printworks for what is meant to be Jaws in IMAX 3D, only to find that the $10.99, including 3D glasses, is just a 2D screening. All IMAX 3D are now 2D. And I only found out the change once I get here. What the hell? Refund, please. Or a couple of free tickets, taking the train tickets cost into account. They said, thanks for contacting Vue. While we do empathise with your disappointment, we can assure you it was not our intention to deliver anything less than a positive service experience. If you could kindly confirm your booking reference, we'll be more than happy to look into this further for you. They said, and as per the other picture, is WGGDCGR. I can screenshot the date of the email, etc. Given that I spent a total of £16.09, as that's more than the cost of one ticket, I would like 2 complimentary tickets, please. Excuse me. And ones that I can use in the IMAX screen. Thank you. So they don't try and fob me off with just one of the ones for the non-IMAX screens. Hey, thanks for your response. Our systems are currently down. Kindly get in contact with us in the next few hours. We'll be happy to assist you further then. Well, that's really handy, isn't it? So the onus is on me to keep the conversation going. This was the day after the screening. So a few hours later, contacting you again. They said, this is good. I'm sorry to hear of the experience and technical issue. This was the next day when I got a response. We will be able to either rebook this for you for a different date and time, or we can send you a complimentary ticket as compensation, which you can use for any screen and seat type. we would be unable to send you 2 complimentary tickets as your booking only had 1 seat booked on it. I said, that resolves 1 ticket, but what about the cost of the £5.10 I spent in a train ticket to get into town, only finding out the problem when I arrived? They replied, unfortunately, I will not be able to provide you with any compensation, as this would need to have been provided at the venue. So I sent them the picture of the 2 train tickets, and my reply was, well, I don't appreciate the tone in your reply. You do realise we wouldn't be having this conversation if you had actually shown the advertised film. Plus, this is the first time you've actually asked for proof of my train ticket and mentioned it before in this message's exchange. I couldn't supply I couldn't supply what I wasn't asked for, and in any event, not once did anyone at Vue Printworks tell me that the film was no longer in 3D. My ticket said 3D, it was scanned, and I was passed through to go and take my seat. I wasn't sure what was happening about the glasses, and it was only when it was about to start that I saw no one else had the glasses, and I realised it was 2D, and then the film started. I've saved the train tickets, and you can see them here, so there is the proof of you as you have now requested. Now you have the proof, please furnish me with 2 complimentary tickets by way of compensation. So this is after they at least promised 1 complimentary ticket. Thanks for your response. I apologise the venue did not screen the 3D screening of Jaws, what you paid for. I have successfully processed a refund for your ticket. Please allow 3 to 5 working days to get the money. I said, you completely ignored my last message, and yours does not answer my situation. I don't know why you think it is suitable to do that. Please pass this to a team leader, as I am still out of pocket for the train tickets. I gave you proof of those. A complimentary ticket in lieu of those will suffice. And they reply, I processed the refund for the ticket. This goes on over a few days, by the way. I processed the refund for the ticket you purchased. While we appreciate this may not be the outcome in which you anticipate, however, we will be unable to assist you further on this occasion. I replied, Team leader, please. You asked for proof of my train tickets. I gave you that. I'm out of pocket because you falsely advertised a film that was not showing, and I spent the money in good faith. You didn't send out any emails beforehand about the change, and so it is Vue's fault that I spent that money. The least you can do is give me a complimentary ticket for that, obviously because they can't refund me directly for the train tickets. The fact you just ignore my request for a team leader is baffling, and will look worse on you the more you refuse. It's bad enough that I have to repeat windy pops. It's bad enough that I have to repeat my previous message in order to send this one. This is a disgrace, and it's only making my blood boil further. I want a response from a team leader and not from you. So I then get someone who... Is it someone who's... So it doesn't... They don't outline themselves as a team leader, but it's someone else anyway. Thanks for your response. We are unable to provide direct contact information for senior management as is internal. We apologise for the inconvenience caused by the screening of Jaws IMAX at Vue Printworks Cinema in Manchester. I have checked on my end and confirmed the ticket and 3D glasses have been successfully refunded. I will be more than happy to email over a complimentary ticket as a goodwill gesture for the inconvenience caused. However, we will be unable to provide a second one as compensation for your train ticket, as we are not liable to reimburse you for expenses or any other losses incurred, including but not limited to travel costs and car parking costs. This is in line with our terms and conditions, which can be found, blah, 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 etc. Whilst we anticipate this may not be the outcome you may anticipate, however, we will be unable to assist you further on this occasion with regard to compensation for travel costs. Well, I did not ask for the refund of the £5.10, technically. I just asked for a complimentary cinema ticket for that. And she's just sent me one. So she's saying, I know you've already had a refund for the ticket, and I'm sending you a complimentary ticket now as well. But I can't, this may not be the outcome you may anticipate, etc. Just as the fob off from before. Even though she's actually given me what I wanted. Customer service in the UK is baffling. So they've done what I wanted, and then they're still apologising. Oh, mercy. I could have detailed how mad that sounded, but yeah, trying to get them to understand it, it's not going to happen. So I said, thank you for the ticket. One more question about Jaws. Why was it advertised in 3D if you weren't showing that version, please? And they said, having checked, this seems to have been a technical issue on the website, as the IMAX and 3D are totally separate screenings and viewing experiences and cannot be combined. I said, I do hope this, excuse me, I do hope this situation doesn't occur with Avatar, and it stays IMAX 3D and does not get downgraded to 2D. And that was the. See, I sent that not long before I saw Avatar in 3D at Vue Cinema, and because they re-released it in IMAX 3D, and it was in IMAX 3D. But it brings us to the next part. So here we have Vue Cinema, Avatar, come back. Avatar: The Way of Water, the new sequel. I mean, when I saw the first one, it was the first time I'd seen it, even though it came out in 2009. I never got around to seeing it before. And they have it shot in, it's sort of presented in two formats. There's on most screens, it's shown in sort of CinemaScope-ish ratio, 2.39 to 1. Whereas on IMAX, and I think the screens that can do 1.85 to 1, I think it'll be shown that way on those, but on IMAX it was 1.78 to 1, i.e. 16 by 9. And it was 3D because it's shot in 3D. But the first film, it did seem like I know it's a 13-year-old film, but it did feel like it needed a good PS5 remastering. The graphics, the CGI just would have looked amazing in 2009, but just seemed a little bit off in 2022. But then they had a 4-minute preview of this one for at the end. I mean, God, it was already long enough at 2 hours 42 minutes, I think. So another 4 minutes, and it was long enough. But anyway, you could tell the CGI was much improved by the time we got to the new film. But we just go to book at it. Now I have booked a ticket already, so I'm not going to pick a day that I've booked it on. So let's say you wanted to go and see the first one, which is Friday the 16th of December. So yeah, regular seats $14.99. So let's say I want to sit next to that chap there. Now, that's interesting. On mine, it's a normal. I'm going to go and check that. For whatever reason, I know that's regular, row J. Row K on there is Super Saver. So you save £2. And on my screen, because I bought it earlier, I bought it about 15 minutes after I just happened to see the email by chance. And so I booked the ticket when there was no one else in the room at all. So, but yeah, this back row, which is actually the best row, it was shown as regular. Anyway, it wasn't 8 o'clock in the morning, so maybe that was it. But there should be an option for 3D glasses. This is a 3D film. Are you sure you don't need 3D glasses? Okay, so you then click I need them. Is it going to add the 3D glasses? It's still not added the money on. Are you sure you don't need 3D glasses? So where's the thing to buy 3D glasses? It's not there, is it? No, it's not me going blind. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because there was a thing on the Avatar website, so the Avatar booking at the time, to buy the 3D glasses. So I thought, yeah, they'll be the same as last time. And I bought them. So let's just go through. Let's say I did buy them. Talk amongst yourselves. So let's say I bought it with the 3D glasses. That'd be $13.99. And I went in, and this was at the end of Avatar, and they're very nice glasses. And they did look more fancy than the £1 pair you get normally. And afterwards, I saw them collecting glasses. I thought, why are they collecting glasses if we've paid £1 for them? And they were stood by the door, so I couldn't really run out the door. And I couldn't say. I suppose I could have said, "Oh, I've left them on the seat. Sorry." But no, I thought I'd just fess up, and I said, Well, I got them here, but I paid £1 for the glasses. So what's the story with that? And this did not seem like a new thing to the lady taking in the glasses, because it turned out the system, the website, at least at the time, was broken, in that it would make you offer you the chance to buy glasses, even though they would take them off you back at the end of the day. Because apparently the glasses are worth about £40 because they've got technology in them. Anyway, long story short, she refunded the £1 for me onto my card, but it was an awful faff. It's so quick to buy something in a store, just tap and go. But God, to get a computer, it's nothing she was doing wrong. It was just the way computers work these days. God knows what they have to type into it to issue a refund. Computers are so intransigent. And she just had to it spent literally about 5 minutes just to process a £1 refund. And meanwhile, queuing up at the same time were about another 3 people wanting to get their £1 back as well. Maybe other people bought the £1, and they would have paid the £1 for the glasses and not even thought about it, and they walked out without getting their refund back because they thought you just paid £1 to loan the glasses or to borrow the glasses. So yeah, they must make a few quid out of that. Anyway, so this video was about, don't buy 3D glasses online, and literally you can't. So it's starting to sound like a Derek and Clive joke. I saw that bloke. He said, "You can't." He said, "You what?" He said, "You can't." I said, "You can't." I can't say what the word is really because it's a very rude word at all. But if you look at Derek and Clive, you can't. You'll see you'll see what the word really is. Just another word beginning with C. And someone made a very good video putting together the audio from that piece. Dudley Moore and Peter Cook with Sattler and Waldorf from the Muppets. So it's a very good video that links the two together, or mixes the two together. Anyway, so yeah, I'll still pop this video up though because it's vital information. Don't buy the 3D glasses online, even though you physically can't, even though it tells you. Are you sure you don't need them? And you still try and buy them, and it still won't let you. Strange situation. Anyway, I just hope this film's good. 3 hours 10 minutes this sequel is. The first one was 2 hours 42 minutes, and my God, that went on. It just really did go on. And the 4-minute preview? It was pretty fucking dull. So why am I going to go and see this now? Because it's there. Because you conquer Everest. Because it's there. Yeah, I don't conquer Everest because I'm too fucking lazy for that. But just it's an IMAX experience, but it will be an absolute test on the bladder, that's for sure. But like I've done with other films, like the god-awful Black Panther sequel, don't drink anything on the day before you go. Try and see it as early as you can, not bloody 8 o'clock early. But see it early in the day as possible, and excuse me. So you're able to drink properly after that, and take some water so you can drink it or sip it. In fact, you have to sort of sip it before you leave the house, whatever, just to keep yourself okay. But just it's look after yourself, but don't drink loads and loads of water before you go. Otherwise, you're really going to miss part of the film. Just imagine it's time for Bobo's. The booking has expired. Just imagine it's time for Bobo's, and you'll be asleep for about 4 or 5 hours at least before you do have to go up and take a piss. Anyway, enough of my waffling. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all that. Excuse me. Click on the bell. I'm going to go die in a minute. Click on the bell for all the notifications. What I will do, just I'll come back to the screen in a second, but I'm just going to go and see what it would be like are the tickets in my row where I paid 15 quid? Are they now 13 quid? So I'm not going to be happy. Okay, I just had a look, and it is still 15 quid on the back row. So maybe if you first thing in the morning you get like a bargain offer on that back row rather. So I'm paying. Yeah, I won't get a refund on this. What an odd seat to book. Who would book that very extreme ticket there? That is very odd. The worst possible place to see. I mean, usually, well, again, I've sat around here before to watch a film, and the picture was okay actually because it's a really huge screen. But why would you go right on the end there? I don't know. Unless they're desperate for the toilet, perhaps. Does seem very odd. Anyway, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.